This is Swiss and Chips, your British guide to Switzerland.
Hello and welcome to Swiss and Chips. My name is Simon.
And I'm Jo.
And I'm the Swiss of the chips.
Well, I'm the Swiss and the chips.
Yes, that's true. We talked about that last time.
That I could do this podcast by myself now.
Oh, true. So bye.
Oh, no, just kidding.
Right, today we're going to talk about must-know websites when you live in Switzerland.
Yes, exactly.
Why? The reason we want to talk about that today is because there are a few websites I think that are quite important to know if you live here. And they're not so well known. So hopefully we can give you some insights and some tips and tricks where you find them. Some are more obvious, some a bit less. The other thing we want to talk about is the websites and the results from last time's survey. And then we also have our section with Learning Swiss. And there we have a surprise.
Oh, is that a surprise for me or a surprise for our lovely listeners?
For our lovely listener.
Oh, goody, the best kind.
There you go. Right, let's start. We asked in our Facebook group, which is called Switzerland for English Speakers, which websites do you use or you think are must-know websites when you live in Switzerland? And I said, I'm going to share them in our podcast. Turns out there were more than 60, 70 comments. So
there were a lot.
Yeah. So
also the definition of essential, we didn't set that down in stone. So one man's essential is another woman's unessential.
True. But there were many good recommendations, has to be said.
Loads.
So thanks a lot to everyone who wrote there. But I think the easiest is we just link to the post, go to our website or look in the show notes and you will find the link to that post and go through the list. I looked through them all and I knew almost all of them. Some promoted themselves a little bit, so I didn't...
Slow clap here.
You're so boring.
That's why you're the Swiss and I'm the chips.
No,
okay.
I meant they are all very good recommendations, so they're well known.
Yes.
Is that
I'm
better?
just pulling your leg.
There you go. You pull my leg.
Oh, that's maybe something we want to mention later on in the program.
There
but
you go. Note that down in your head's memory. Right. I will link to this and then go and have a look. And if you don't know one of these websites, have a look at them. I think they're all worth knowing. But instead of going through a list of 60 links, we thought we mention a few special ones. Or,
really core, useful ones.
Yes, so I came to you and said, name one. And you said?
Gosh, what did I say?
You said Galaxus.
Galaxus. Okay, thank you. It should be a big clue because right now I'm sitting next to a giant cardboard box from Galaxus. So
there you go.
We're living this list.
And why is this so important?
Right. I'll try and make this as short as possible. Basically, when you move to Switzerland, one of the big shocks you're going to get is there is no Amazon.ch. Now, for a lot of people, I'm sure that will be a good thing. Not everyone is a big supporter of Amazon for reasons we won't get into right now in this podcast. It's not long enough. But of course, when you live in other countries where Amazon delivers to, it's very simple. It's easy. You know you can get whatever you want on there. I don't work for Amazon. Anyway, what's the alternative then? Because Amazon.de and .uk don't always send to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Big shock when you move to Switzerland.
Many
How are you
things
get your
you just
stuff?
can't get.
You can't get them.
Yeah.
And then, if you listen to this podcast, you're going to find out, hey, Galaxus is the place to go instead.
Yeah, it's one of the most, of the biggest ones, and Gonzer is another one.
You know what? I didn't even know about Gonzer until about a month ago.
But there are a few very few like this, but Galaxus, I think, is the go-to address. Let's move on. Immo Scout we can mention, I think.
Yeah, when you mentioned this one to me when we were discussing this list, I said that's a game changer. When you're trying to find a flat in Switzerland, as soon as you know about it, you can sign up to the alerts, you're going to find the flats on there.
Yeah, so Immo Scout is to find a flat.
It's to find a flat or a house, a place to live, basically.
Yes, or a parking lot or anything. But there are a few websites like this if you're looking for a flat. I think we have an episode about that.
We certainly do, yeah. So we can link that.
Tutti and Anibis, do you know them?
I do, but I'm not personally a mega fan. I just find there's so much stuff there. It's difficult to filter it to what you're looking for. And you can end up scrolling.
What it is for?
Right,
what
good point.
Is it for?
It's a buy and sell marketplace.
Yeah. It's a free buy and sell.
Yeah.
To be mentioned. So it's not like eBay or Ricardo in Switzerland. It's a similar thing like eBay where you have to pay a commission or anything. So it's just a free buy and sell.
And that might be why, for me, I don't love it so much.
It's a little bit like Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. But there's just loads of stuff on there. You look for a table and you're scrolling forever. Some
True.
people love that.
Yeah.
If you want a thing, you can probably find it there
And
second
basically, if you want to get rid of anything, you can put it there. But don't put the stuff there that you want to get rid of immediately. It's more a thing, I dump it there and put it to my basement. And at some point, someone will come and say, hey, I could use that thing.
Yeah, it's a slow burner.
Yeah, it's a good thing, I think. Comparis.
Okay, great. This is a place where you can compare prices for things.
Yes.
Most importantly, health insurance quotes.
Yes.
I think. I found out about this website very early on in my Swiss life, I must say.
Oh.
Because I found out you need health insurance. How the hell are you going to find that? I don't want to get quotes from a million companies.
Yeah.
You go on this website, type in a few things, and it gives you the quotes to compare. It's super nice.
And they compare also credit card prices, for example, and a few other things. But I think the essential is the health insurance, which you can change every year by the end of November. So you're right too late for this year if you listen to this. But for next year.
Lesson learned.
The Grundversicherung, so the
Basic insurance.
They have to have the same
Price point offer
No.
kind of thing. Services offered.
services, yes, at every company. So it's really you just choose the cheapest one. They vary a little bit, but that's optional. For example, the services, if they pick up the phone immediately if you have a problem or whatever. Right, let's not go
there. That's a whole other episode.
Next one, Toppreise.
See, this one I don't use, so you're going to have to explain this one.
You will save money. I think it's a very good site, especially if you are buying electronics. But they also compare prices for anything else. So you can compare prices. You type in, I need a microphone for my podcast. Microphone is called Philips ABC Podcast DX22. And then they say, on this website, it's the cheapest.
Nice.
So it's like Google Flights for everything.
Okay, cool. Great.
Right, then DeepL.
It's a translation website.
Yes, I mentioned this because I think most people use Google Translate or anything like that. But DeepL is like the creme de la creme of translators.
Yes.
So you can use it for work, I think. It's just more accurate. You can translate whole emails or anything like that. That's why I think it's good, especially for Swiss languages, English. Meteo Suisse.
Ah, yes, the wonderful weather app website.
I put this in, and the reason is because I see you always using on your iPhone the weather app, which is from Yahoo Weather, I think, which is extremely inaccurate.
Just to clarify, I'm a big fan of looking at the weather the night before and the morning of the day. And I like to use both apps and I like to compare and see, is this one saying 2 degrees more than Meteo Suisse, for example?
Yeah, the thing is...
I get the overall picture,
I think in why I put it there is I think it's especially if you look for small places, it's a little bit more accurate.
It is, yeah.
It also gives you the rain forecast, and you can dive a little bit deeper. So I would recommend to go to one of the Swiss meteo things, like from the SRG, from SRF Meteo, for example, or this Meteo Suisse.
Yeah, it's got the rain picture and the pollen count,
true.
for example. So you can look up, for example, if you're allergic to grass or birch trees.
Yeah.
Then in the summer you can see, it's going to get crazy at 3 p.m. I'm going to go inside.
And it gives you some alerts, avalanche.
Yeah, snow warning, rain warning, pollen alert.
I didn't put in this. There is an alert app in Switzerland also, which would be an essential.
Oh gosh, we should have mentioned that.
Yeah, we are mentioning it actually.
Okay.
Aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, so download that as well. It's not a website, but it's an app. So in case there is any emergency, you get a notification. We got quite a few in the last 2 years.
We did, didn't we? Coronavirus warnings.
Yeah, and whenever you cross a canton border, it says, in this canton, these rules apply. And so
but you get a warning if there's a flood alert going on or, risk of forest fires.
I think that's worth having. We fly through the list. There are only 2 more to go.
Okay. me. Bring them on.
Mobility.
Oh, yes, mobility. This is very useful, I think, particularly when you first move to Switzerland, because maybe you don't come with a car. You have to buy a lot of furniture, maybe from Tutti, who knows. You're driving around, you're buying things. How are you going to do it?
Yeah, true.
With mobility, you can sign up and you can just borrow a car for a bit in different places. You can drop it off. It's very convenient. Small ones, big ones, medium ones.
Yeah. There are different sign-ups. Like you can have a subscription and then it's a bit cheaper, or you have a subscription. Well, I start again.
Yes.
So what you can do is you can sign up to mobility. It's free, and then you can rent a car and you pay per the time you use it, and I think the kilometers.
Pay as you go.
You can also have a subscription paid, and then the kilometers and the hours are a bit cheaper. That's the way to do it. Mm-hmm. Next one, Peak Finder. That's the last one.
Okay.
It's more a niche app.
Yeah, it's not so much like you need this for your day-to-day life, but it's more like now you live in Switzerland, you should have this.
I mentioned this because I think quite often when you or also visitors from abroad come, they wonder if there is every mountain has a name or...
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
They want to know, hey, what's that mountain?
Yeah,
and I think they also want to know, do you know?
Yeah, so you can impress them. It's an app you can have a look around and you will see all the names of all the mountains surrounding you.
Yeah, you point at the mountains and it lists the names above them. It's pretty impressive.
So it's quite fun to use. So to all these apps, you find the links on our website, which is called swissandchips.com.
And that's the final entry on our list.
That's the final entry on our list. Yes, so these are a bit... the highlighted ones. But like I said, there is almost a full list, I would say, in this Facebook post. And go and have a look if you want to. Now, it's time for... Do you remember the word we had last week for learning Swiss with Swiss and Chips?
How could I forget? Knusti.
Knusti. Exactly. So the discussion went on a little bit in our Facebook group and on Twitter. And there was Richard who wrote on Facebook an explanation or a word. He think it could mean klutz.
Yep, klutz.
And then I thought, what's a klutz?
You certainly did.
I've never heard the word klutz.
It's more of an American word, to be honest.
Okay.
But once we got into a little bit of a discussion about the various aspects of the meaning of the word knusti, I came to start thinking, maybe it could mean klutz. It's, for people who haven't listened to the previous episode, number one, go and listen to it. But number two, you were saying that knusti is someone who's kind of like clumsy, awkward, cack-handed, and maybe klutz is a word for that. But no, it's not so often used in English.
I thought klutz
British
sounds really good. It sounds like knusti. That's a...
It does, doesn't it?
Klutz.
It's because it comes from Yiddish, I think.
Okay.
So
on Twitter, Hen wrote, enjoyed this episode as usual. Thanks a lot, Hen. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
No mention of Marmite as a missing essential. Last episode was about essentials in a Swiss kitchen. So Marmite, no, definitely not.
We don't have any not in this house, Hen.
Yeah. He said, Swiss word of the week, does it mean to be cack-handed or to make a meal hash of a simple task? And I couldn't really reply because I didn't know if that's true or not.
Sorry, is Hen a he?
Hen Jimro Hep Vlad, his name is on Twitter, so right. I don't know if...
We don't know Hen personally. But
Him or Hen?
This is getting very confusing. To make a hash of something means, to just really mess something up in a catastrophic way.
Okay. Yeah, it's not quite that.
Yeah, it's not. But it could be an element of someone being a knusti.
Well, hen, it's a klutz.
Klutz.
There you go. Anyway, so it's very problematic to explain Swiss words
we've got trouble
in
with
English.
This one. Mm-hmm.
And we thought, let's do it the other way around.
Yes, we did.
For next time.
Yay.
Get me into trouble.
Okay, no problem.
No, you said this saying at the beginning. What was it again?
I said, I'm only pulling your leg.
Yes.
Have you not heard that before?
People rarely pull my leg, so pull the finger.
No, we're not going to do that.
Okay. For good luck.
It's not what happens when you pull the finger in English, no.
Okay. Then I don't know.
Should I explain, or do you want to explain what we want to do next?
Whichever you prefer.
Okay, so pulling your leg means I'm just joking.
Well, I got that from context.
Good.
What we are doing?
We decided we should do it the other way around.
Yes. So next time we will have a British word or British expression for me, and I'll try to find out what it is and give you the Swiss.
The Swiss word for it.
Yes, that's exactly
this is going to be brilliant. Finally, we can express ourselves in Swiss German.
Yes, to make it more fun, we thought it would be great if you, who listens out there, sends us these words or expressions as an audio file, preferably. So what you can do is you go to our website, which is called swissandchips.com, and you type in /inbox, and there you can straight away record a
audio message.
So swissandchips.com/inbox, you can record an audio message and we will get it. Or even easier, you send us your audio message on whichever messenger you want to the number 0041.
Yes, 768307296.
Exactly. So repeat that 3 times for our listeners very quickly. No,
they can pause
just
and rewind.
Joking. You will find this also in our show notes. Just send us your word as an audio file and we'll play it in the next episode live, and we'll try to...
Yay!
I will try to find out what it means, and hopefully at least you will know. And
yes. I mean, if somebody sends in something that's a very American expression, then we're both going to be guessing.
Yes, okay.
But that would also be fun.
Yes. And what I promise to whomever sends us an audio file, I'll send a postcard.
Ooh,
to
exciting.
Anywhere in the world.
Yes.
So I'm extremely excited. Maybe someone will send one. If not, then I'll send a postcard to myself.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Bean on Christmas. There you go. But coming back to the learning Swiss German, because today is the last time. Well, maybe.
Not the last time.
But next time is learning Swiss German from an English expression. Then.
Yeah, but we're not ruling it out for the future.
No. All right. Swiss word. Sidäfin.
Excuse me?
Sidäfin.
I have no idea what that means. So you're going to have to give a clue.
Well.
And I'm going to get you back next week, just so you're prepared for that.
It means silky smooth. Side is silk, Seide.
Yeah.
And
Right.
fin is fine, so smooth. Silky smooth. And you can say this as slang expression for something that went extremely well, or use someone who does something extremely well. So I say this because it's the World Cup at the moment, which we are not watching because of,
That's another episode to go with the Amazon one.
Qatar topic. But if someone makes, Rashford makes a fantastic goal, then you can say, wow, Sidäfin.
Yeah.
So silky smooth, that went in.
If it's particularly cool.
If you are you are from cool corner, if you say that.
Got it. So it's a bit like cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
But Sidäfin means perfect as a cucumber.
Yeah, so someone is like perfect as a cucumber. Just a nice straight one.
There you go.
Okay, Sidäfin.
All right, and with this Sidäfin podcast episode, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.